What is going on, Nuggets Nation NBA fans? My name is Tom Leuthner. Welcome back to Nuggets Today, presented by Fan Arch. Like I've covered, I think, the last two episodes now, there's not too much to talk about in the offseason. It is a little slow, but there are some things I do want to talk about in general when it comes to the NBA, Nuggets, what's happening around the league, how that affects Denver in general. And the first thing I want to talk about is something that I have. It's an idea I've had for a little while. I've talked to my coworkers about it. I've talked to my friends about it. And it's just something that I think the NBA should implement that wouldn't be a massive change. It's just the day that I think they should have a game where every team gets to wear a throwback jersey. Now, again, not technically Nuggets related, but I would love to see like the baby powder blue or the baby blue Nuggets jerseys, that light blue, those Carmelo blue jerseys come back for a game. And I thought about it. I was like, a couple years ago, they had the Christmas game where teams wore their what was it, like the short sleeve jerseys. I remember there was the short sleeve Rockets, the Harden with the yellow numbers. The Cavs had it. The Warriors had the black ones, I believe. And they used to have a day where every team would wear a certain jersey. And I've seen a lot of post about the potential of the Bucks bringing back their Cream City jerseys, the potential of the Nuggets bringing back certain jerseys, the potential of the Rockets bringing back certain jerseys. So why not have a game where teams like the Nuggets can wear either their old Dikembe Mutombo Mountain jerseys, or they could wear the Mellow Baby Blues. A team like the Grizzlies could wear the Vancouver Grizzlies jerseys. The Raptors could wear the vintage Vince Carter Raptors jerseys. The Pistons could wear the Grant Hill Pistons jerseys. I think that it's a great idea for them to realistically think about and have a single day every single season. First of all, I think the viewership of the NBA would be a little bit higher. I think that teams or diehard fans would check in, especially the older crowd of people who want to see, even the people in their 20s, 30s who watched the Nuggets earlier. I would love to see the team right now wearing those baby blue jerseys. Those are easily my favorite jersey. I think I've covered that on this episode. And I do like the City Connects. I like the 5280 jerseys, but I think that this is a great opportunity for the NBA to go out and, one, they get viewership for people wanting to see these people, players in the jerseys, and two, you can also sell jerseys that way, because I would buy a Cam Johnson jersey in the baby blue, or I'd buy an Aaron Gordon jersey in the baby blue, and I know I could customize it right now on a sketchy website, but an official jersey would be so cool, in my opinion, for the NBA to have a day like that. And again, that's just my take of the day. Like I said, not too Nuggets related, but I was thinking about the jerseys the other day, since I did buy an Allen Iverson jersey recently, and I was like, you know what, I have to cover this. I know I covered one episode in the past, but that is my take of the day. Now, moving on to some actual news in the NBA. At the time of this recording, and the deal may or may not be official by the time this episode airs, but again, at the time of this recording, it seems that Al Horford is officially signing a 2-year deal with the Warriors, and I saw a player option, I believe. So I think they were just waiting for the Kuminga stuff to be finalized, or whatever's happening with that, because Gary Payton, I believe the third, or Gary Payton the second, he is also going back to the Warriors, it seems. I saw an analyst break it down, and they talked to him, and they asked him what was going on and why he hasn't signed anywhere yet. This is Gary Payton, and he had said that they're all waiting for the Kuminga deal, even Al Horford, meaning that Al Horford will be joining the Warriors. Now, I mean, Denver probably wasn't going to get him. We knew that. Since Val was there was probably very, very little chance of Denver getting him. Denver did land Val, obviously, that's official. So it doesn't affect Denver too much, but the only thing I don't like about it is that Al is coming to the Western Conference, and the Western Conference just gets better and better and better and better, and it does not stop. So that is the one problem I have with it, because the big man depth in the West, not just with not just teams in general, but the amount of talent that Jokic has to go up against this year in the Western Conference multiple times a year is going to be extremely tough. So I think that he could obviously do it, but it seems that Al Horford is going to head to the Warriors on a 2-year deal. Now, going to some Nugget stuff. I think somebody on the Nuggets has a little bit of an underrated game, and I think that people overlook his game, especially with how well he will play around Jokic, and that is Tim Hardway Jr. Now, I think that Tim Hardway Jr. is a fantastic shooter. I think that's one of the main reasons that Denver brought him in, because they figured, why not bring somebody like Tim Hardway Jr. in to spot up in the corner or spot up on the wing when Jokic comes in or has the ball. Val as well, because Val could pass. And I think that he's going to be able to help Strother. We know that. But the other thing, and this is, I've seen a lot of it on X recently, is the fact that he is a good slasher and he's good in transition when it comes to finishing at the rim and attacking the rim. And that is something that I think is so underrated. Now, like I said, he's a good shooter. That's what he's there to do mainly. But not only does this help Denver out because Denver runs in transition and they play a fast-paced game, and I know that Adelman said he wants to slow it down, and I think that's why they brought some of these guys in, but I think that it is massive not only for Horford and the lineup that he's playing in, but it's also massive for what he can do and help when it comes to a guy like Julian Strawther. And I keep talking about this, but I think that when it comes to mentorship, Tim Hardway Jr. will be the main guy helping out Julian Strawther. So if Strawther is able to attack the rim more, and like I said, they've been working out with him and they posted some videos of him trying to get to the rim and finish at the rim, a guy like Tim Hardway Jr. is now perfect for Julian Strawther when it comes to development. Seeing them two play together is going to be interesting because I feel like they're a little bit of the same kind of player. But I think Strawther puts the ball on the floor more, so that's the only thing I'll give Strawther. But like I said, I think that it's overlooked how good Tim Hardway is when it comes to attacking the rim and actually being a great transition player. Now, talking about somebody that attacks the rim, I just want to talk about Aaron Gordon quickly. And the reason I started thinking about Aaron Gordon is the Knicks officially extended Mikal Bridges, and in his new extension, he's making more than Aaron Gordon is, and I thought that it was, a little baffling to me because I think Aaron Gordon is a way better player than Mikal is. Not way better, but I think that Aaron Gordon is a better player than Mikal, and I do appreciate the fact that Denver has him on a deal that is smaller than a deal for a guy like Mikal because he played a bigger factor for us. This is a guy that came over to Denver and was able to almost win a championship with us instantly. Now, Mikal's a good player. He's been to the finals with Phoenix. He was able to do it. Made a playoff run in Brooklyn with Cam Johnson, which is funny. But I think that Aaron Gordon's a better player overall. Now, I'm excited and I'm nervous to see how Aaron Gordon's role is going to change a little bit this year because of the depth that we have and the fact that Cam Johnson's going to be playing a different role than MPJ. I do think Cam Johnson will put the ball on the floor more, which is something I covered last episode. So I am interested to see how Aaron Gordon's game plays along with that because Aaron Gordon was sort of our big ball handler the past 2 years, I want to say, with MPJ there because MPJ was more spot up. So Aaron Gordon's going to be playing off the ball more than he was, I think, the last 2 years, which means more shot opportunities, but it could also mean more backdoor opportunities for a guy like him to catch lobs. Same with Christian Brown. So like I said, I am a little excited and a little nervous to see how his role shifts with a guy like Cam Johnson coming in and putting the ball on the floor rather than him being the point power forward at that point. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, if you guys want me to cover anything, please leave it down below, and I will get to it as soon as I can. Thank you guys for checking it out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys next episode.